Oh, welcome back. It's the Damn Weird Doctor, located in Bowie, Maryland. And today, honey, we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving, honey. We're going to be talking about hair loss and inflammation. Okay? We're trying to control all of these things. We know a lot of y'all trying to get y'all grub on. And the reason why we're talking about some of these things is we want to help you guys make sure that you keep your weight under control during this holiday. We doctors listen on a lot of different channels, and we were, girl, why does Samuel keep talking about us? Okay. I heard that Kevin Samuels was talking about the weight problem that's going on within the African American woman sphere. Okay. Child, he keeps hating on us. Okay. But we're not gonna let Kevin Samuels steal our joy. And I actually like some of the things that he says, but he is very controversial. So okay. So, anyways, there has been, and this is just not Kevin Samuels. This is just a lot of talk general that has been going on in African American women community concerning our weight or weight problems. So, and that's right. One of the reasons I wanted to dedicate this show, we're going to be talking about weight, and what not a better time to be doing this right before Thanksgiving, okay? Because at Thanksgiving, some of us be getting our grub on, okay? And the Weave Doctor is going to help give you some tips on how to maneuver on Thanksgiving, so you're not gaining 10, 15, 20 pounds, okay? We don't want y'all becoming no powder puffs during this Thanksgiving holiday, okay? So these are a couple of things. And the reason why we're doing this, because we have so many different clients that come to us. Many of them are suffering from degenerative diseases. And then for those who do not know, we do trichology. We also are holistic practitioners, and also we do hair replacement for women who suffer from hair loss. So many people, they're having all of these different type of health ailments. They're having high blood pressure. They're having cholesterol problems, diabetes. The list goes on and on and on. And many of these hair conditions and the medications that you are offered during this while you're trying to, go on your hair growth journey that are for some of your degenerative diseases are actually destroying the chances of you regrowing your hair back fully, or is at least is minimizing it at best. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we're talking about some of these things. We want to try to help keep health in the forefront of hair loss. We know a lot of times some people they do not want to correlate the two, but they are related. And we must do some of these different type of things that we're talking about to reduce the inflammation in our body, find ways to cut back on some of those drugs that we're getting prescribed by the doctors, especially if we have found ways to lower some of these different type of high blood pressure and diabetes numbers just by eating properly. And the Weave Dr. Child has finished another course. Yes, I have. I have finished another detoxification regeneration course that helps to make me be able to help those learn how to detoxify their bodies just through food. So, the Weave Doctor keeps trying to advance herself. Okay. We want to make sure we help all of our patients and all those who are considering coming to us. Also, for this month, we're doing a hair wig giveaway for alopecia clients. You must have alopecia. And how you apply is that you must tag us. You must post it. I'm going to drop all the information on the next post. It should be on our Facebook and on our Instagram at Main Attractions with a Z. But anyway, let's get back on topic. We're going to help you reduce inflammation and make sure that you keep your weight under a within good reason during this holiday. Okay, we don't want y'all to be about to blow up like Marty Ma. Okay, so the first thing first, while we're going out to eat, I know a lot of us going to be eating that child, probably too many people place. Okay, we can't. We gotta remember we still in the pandemic. Okay, we hear some of y'all out here trying to have parties. Well, that's not wearing no mask at all, child. I don't know what y'all doing out here, okay? Y'all need to be opening up all them windows in them houses, okay? Make sure y'all not spreading nothing. But love, we make sure we don't want to be spreading no covachina, okay? I try to make sure not to say those words, certain words or key terms on my platform, okay? So, anyways, these are some things that you can do over the holiday, and this is actually something that should be actually done all the time. It really is kind of similar to portion control or just controlling the amount of portions that you eat of one's particular food group. And for all those who do not know, generally, if you're eating like you have a plate, we want to try to make sure to eat anywhere from 50 to 50% 60% of green leafy vegetables. Now we know this is very difficult, but we just want to show you that many people who have mastered how to lose weight and how to maintain their weight, especially if they're going to any type of holistic practitioner, they have found out how to do some of these tasks so that they can reduce some of the carbohydrates in their diet and also, just help to regulate everything that's going on with their fluctuating weight. Okay, so this is the first thing that you can do. This is some of Weave Doctor tips. All right, you get your notepad out. First thing first, make sure. Now, this things that you can indulge in because I know some of y'all be getting mad at some of the holistic practitioners when we give you such a small little baby teensy eensy weensy list to eat from. Okay, a lot of you guys feel like that we're starving you out, that you're not able to just relax and enjoy yourself, okay? But child, you can enjoy yourself, and we'll at least now this might not be perfect, but at least when you're going out to eat, you can have some type, at least when you're on your Thanksgiving, getting your grub on, at least you can look for these items, and these items generally are going to be at every African American or person of colors food of Thanksgiving gathering. Okay. So this is the first thing that we want to do. Then this is things that you can eat plenty of on the Thanksgiving gathering. Okay. And this is going to help you guys not gain a lot of weight during the season. Okay. First tip, make sure that that you eat a lot of green leafy vegetables. And again, when you're eating these green leafy vegetables, you can eat anywhere from 50 to 60%. So you have a plate. Make sure that you're cutting this plate in half, eating vegetables. Child, this is going to keep you slim and trim, and you're not going to be gaining all those pounds and having all that gas. And child, some of y'all be getting diarrhea too. Okay, y'all got them parasites up in your stomach. Okay, so that's tip number one. There are a lot of different things that you can eat. Like they have the green beans, they have kale, collard greens. All of these things you can be filling and pack it. Girl, you pack your plate with your green beans and your especially your green leafy vegetables. You are going to be feeling amazing during this holiday. You're not going to be having all that gas and them cramps. Child, and you're not going to be gaining up all that weight, which a lot of you guys dread during this time of year because you gain so much weight. It's just like too much temptation. Okay, child, it's just like we just crackheads out here eating up all this good food. Like, okay, so next thing. Now, this is something that you want to keep to a minimum, but there's something, especially if you're making your own. Now, that's one thing I would say about when you're preparing your own foods, you have more control. If you go over other people's houses, you don't know what they're using. In most cases, they're going to be using the traditional grain, not grain-free, gluten pasta, wheat pasta. And so these things are going to give you a lot of gas, especially the corn products as well, any type of flour, any type of flour products. So we want to try to avoid eating the grain, eating any type of the grain pastas and any type of gluten in our diet. And if especially during on this day, now this is just an alternative that you can do, and that's will be the grain-free pasta. So with the grain-free pasta, you only need to probably be eating no more than probably 10 or 20% of your meal for that day. So you need to be able to regulate these things so that you will be able, to manage some of the your digestion. You'll be able to digest your food properly. All right, the next thing we're going to be talking about, make sure that you drink. And now this is something that, especially for all you guys who go to other people's houses, who are going to be having all this stuff out, all this food, and especially fried food. Now that's something that we definitely going to be avoiding too. If we're going to eat any fried food, it's just going to be a small, maybe one chicken wing, or maybe even half of that. We don't want to be overindulging in fried foods. But the lemon water is going to be able to assist you and help you break down some of these fats, some of these high fatty foods. It's going to help cleanse out your kidneys. so that you don't have as much problems, filtering some of these toxins out, because most of this food is going to be heavily saturated with processed ingredients. All right, this is the next tip. This is the next tip. Now, if you want to make sure that you lose weight, make sure that you use fruit accompanied with on the side of all of your food that you're eating for that day, especially the mac and cheese. Okay, that mac and cheese is like glue to your system. So, and China Weed Doctor still trying to figure out if she's gonna make it or not. It's a lot of people always trying to get the Weed Doctor to cook, but who helps the Weed Doctor cook? Okay, child, the Weed Doctor be up in there slaving like an old slave woman from back in the Hebrew time. Okay, back in the Hebraic time, we ain't got time for that. And plus, it's just so tempting. And these dairy products, especially, limit these during this while you're, on this Thanksgiving time. This is one of the food groups that you want to kind of beware of, because not only does macaroni and cheese, in most cases, have dairy, but it definitely has the wheat. And macaroni and cheese, they're using a lot of cheddar, they're using the milk, the carnation, heavy cream, sour cream, all of these things. So we want to make sure that we limit these things, especially if we're trying to reduce our, we don't want to gain a lot of weight during this time. We want to reduce some of our gas, any type of discomfort that one may endure while they're trying to get their grub on. Okay. All right. So those are pretty much all the things that you can eat a lot of. Now, the next thing, these are some things that you might want to limit. Okay. Now, this is going to hurt a lot of you guys' feelings. Don't give the Weed Doctor any angry mail. Aha! Okay. Too much carbs. Now, this goes for all the breads, stuffing. That's another thing that I probably won't be cooking this year. You're probably like, Weed Doctor, what are you going to be making? Okay. The Weed Doctor has a plan. I have a plan. Actually, I'm going to be doing a lot of different sugar-free. I'm probably going to be using coconut sugar. That is another great sugar that does not spike your glycemic index, and also it is not as toxic as a lot of the other sugars that are out there. So, but yes, you guys are going to have to limit that bread and stuffing. And again, as we were talking about the plate, we're eating 50 to 60% amount of green leafy vegetables, and as far as these breads and stuff and child, we need to keep this down probably to 10 or 5%. Don't you get no, some of you guys, y'all, especially when you start taking stuff home, y'all be getting like a half a plate of stuffing, a half a plate of dinner rolls. Child, next thing you know, you done ate 50 or 60% of carbs for that day. And that is how you gain the weight, okay? So we're trying to help you guys reduce some of your carbohydrate intake. Okay, the next thing is on the list is pies, of course. We all know that. Very high in carbohydrates. It has the sugar, also has the wheat. So all of these things we need to try to limit, again, within that 5, maybe 10% range during the Thanksgiving holiday. Now, the next thing, I know y'all probably was like, I'm about to turn you off today. The next thing that we're going to be trying to avoid is alcohol consumption. Okay, a lot of these things are producing fermentation within the gut, producing a lot of bad, unhealthy bacteria within the gut, creating dysbiosis in the gut. So we want to make sure we avoid that. Also want to make sure that we limit our meat consumption. We don't want to be eating all of this meat you will be constipated eating all that meat, okay? Child, this is supposed to be a time of giving thanks, not sitting over the toilet about to bust a gut, okay? So we're trying to help you guys. So these are all the things that we're going to have to limit. And I'm going to give you 2 more little suggestions, probably going to help you to kind of help assist, especially if some of y'all overeat, because some of y'all going to be breaking all these rules. Y'all not going to be paying attention to what the Weed Doctor's trying to tell you. So activated charcoal actually is great for the digestion, great for absorbing toxins, great for absorbing anything in your stomach that might not be good for you, especially if you just ate it. It's used for people receive poisoning, snake bites, any type of bites. This activated charcoal is excellent. And this can be eaten anywhere from 1 to 2 hours after your meal. Now, if you ate something nutritious, then you probably may want to wait after 2 hours. But if it's something that you ate and you know it was bad, and you already had your substance for that day, and you just know you overate, then you may want to wait 30 minutes to an hour and then possibly take this. But always check with your doctor, okay? I am the weed doctor, not your doctor, okay? This is for educational purposes only. Don't come for the weed doctor's pursuit, okay? All right, and so the next thing, we want to make sure, especially for all those who are going to be overeating during the holidays, to find invest in use some digestive enzymes. There are so many digestive enzymes out there, and another thing that's not on this list, but I'm going to add is apple cider vinegar. Some of these things help to break down the protein bonds, break down amylase, break down all of these different type of sugars, all of these different type of fats. A lot of us are dealing with a weakened digestion system. So this is all of these things are going to help you during this time. And again, the reason why we're bringing up health is because many people have hair loss in the first place because they are dealing with hormonal imbalances, and they're also dealing with degenerative diseases that have been, and autoimmune diseases that have been triggered and made worse by the type of food that they eat on a regular basis. So we want to make sure that we keep these things under wrap. We don't want to keep repeating the same mistake. We don't want to gain excessive weight, especially if it is within our control. Another fact tip for the day is that people who are more overweight are more susceptible to degenerative diseases. Their body produces inflammation multiple times over, as opposed to a more smaller person who's eating the same exact meal. So, guys, we hope that this just encourages you to stay on the right track. Don't go cuckoo crazy for Thanksgiving, child. Make sure that you eat and follow some of the portions that the weed doctor is talking about, okay? So that you will be able to keep your diet and weight under control. And don't forget, we are doing a hair alopecia wig giveaway. If you're interested, look at our link below. We're going to have some information on there talking about how to be able to receive a free hair unit, okay, by the DMV Weave Doctor. All right, we hope you guys have a fabulous evening. And child, another thing, we hear some of people kicking people out during the pandemic. If going through all this division, if you have a shot, if you don't, child, don't get involved in all this. Now, make sure that you're safe, honey, but make sure that you still are engaging in loving and caring for all of your family members, and not ousting anybody. All right. Well, we thank you so much for your time. We hope that you have a fabulous evening, and make sure that you follow some of these health tips during this holiday season. All right. Bye now. See you later.